everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Corner. My name is Allison, and I'm going to be talking about something today that has grown very near and dear to my heart in a very short amount of time. It's a little TV show that I like to call, and everybody likes to call it because it's the title, The Umbrella Academy. Now, I have to collect myself because it's just so good, you guys. It's just so good. We came into a meeting the other day and I said, guys, let me talk about the Academy for half an hour. And they said no, but they said they would give me 5 minutes. So here we go. Now, for those of you watching at home who don't know what the Umbrella Academy is, let me break it down for you. So, I didn't know what it was either, but it looked really cool, so I decided I was gonna watch it. And the leading point that I wanna start with is that this series is based on a comic book made by Gerard Way, the lead singer of My Chemical Romance. He wrote this comic book. Like, imagine you are in a punk rock band and you're like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write comic books. I feel like there would be some skepticism there, some doubts, but guys, it's freaking amazing. I'm sorry, I need to collect myself. So, the basic plot of the Umbrella Academy, without spoiling too much, is that there are 42 or 43 children born on the first day of October, 1989, and they were all born on the same day at the same time, and none of their mothers had been pregnant when the day began. So it's like a sudden spontaneous birth, which is terrifying for so many reasons. But then after that, you find out that all of these kids have some sort of like superpower. So the way I like to describe the Umbrella Academy is that it's like a combination of a series of unfortunate events, Stranger Things, a Wes Anderson film, and the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Which those things all separately sound like they wouldn't work together, but trust me, they do. And so the Umbrella Academy was born because a inventor, billionaire guy decided he was gonna adopt as many of the children as possible, and he managed to find and adopt 7 of them. So he brings them back to his big mansion, and they all live in the Umbrella Academy. And then in the first episode, it's about 12, 13 years after everybody has left. They've all kind of grown up. They're about 30 now, and their father dies. And so they all come back to kind of mourn his death and sort of, reconnect with each other. And then they find out that the world's gonna end in 8 days, and they need to figure out how to stop it. I'm not gonna tell you how they find out that information because that's a spoiler, and we don't do that here. We do, but I'm not going to. And so, the show, let me just start with the acting. The acting in this show is stellar. The standout for sure is a nice young man from Nickelodeon named Aidan Gallagher. Yes, he was on Nickelodeon. He was in a show called Ricky, Nicky, Dicky, and Dawn. I've never seen it, but when I was watching this kid act, I thought there's no way he's never been in anything. So I looked him up, and he's from the Nick. He's from the Nick, and if you watch a clip of him on Ricky, Nicky, Dicky, and Dawn, he's exactly the same. He's exactly the same. He's still the best one on the show. And then you put him in Umbrella Academy with all of these adults who have 10, 20 years on him, and he kind of blows them all out of the water.
That makes no sense.
Well, what if you were smarter?
He plays a character named Number 5, and he's so snarky and sarcastic, but also kind of terrifying. And I really appreciate that. As an actor, he commands the scene every time he's in it. I'm scared of him, and he's 15 years old. So that's just one thing. And then the rest of the cast, you have just all of the stellar talent. You have the colors that are used in this series are they're so rich and they're so interesting. You have most of the show is kind of a darker tone as for the nature of the show, but there are sometimes where time stops, and when time stops, it gets this really cool, bright Wes Anderson vibe to it, which I really appreciate. I really like how they use colors in the show. The plot as well, the plot really keeps you guessing. I watched it with a friend, and he described it as a Lego puzzle he could never figure out. And it's true, it's a lot of puzzles and a lot of really cool twists and turns that I really appreciate, because there are a lot of shows that I feel I can kind of predict like you kind of know what's gonna happen. But I didn't really feel that with this show. That being said, there are some points where you can kind of predict the dialogue, but I think it is overall very well written. And I didn't get to kind of touch on all of the things I wanted to, but that's why I want to do a part 2. I'm looking at the producer, hopefully she'll let me do it. But, so that was The Umbrella Academy Part 1, the beginning. And so, please watch The Umbrella Academy. This has been a PSA from Pop Culture Corner. Good night.